When I got my original diagnosis, my first reaction was just fear. I was really scared, hesitant, I was confused. I didn't know exactly what was going on. My initial thoughts were, it's a death sentence. You know, I don't have long to live. You know, a million thoughts were racing through my head. I was thinking about my friends and family and what that meant going forward.
You know, being so young, I definitely feel kind of alone in this. You know, when I go to, you know, the doctor's office for these things, and you know, when they found it on my scalp, the dermatologist said, "Oh, this is so serious. You know, you might have to go away for a while. You might have to, you know, quit your job and go do treatments." And he made it sound so scary. And I was like, "What? You know, you just found it on my scalp. I thought you were just getting a mole removed." Just not being prepared for how, I guess, serious it could be, the repercussions of that, and then not knowing anyone else my age who had remotely gone through anything like this.
I figured if I was strong throughout my treatment, then once that was done, I would come back to being normal pretty quickly. And it turned out it wasn't the case, and nobody didn't really say that, you know, you have to give your body time to heal, which seems to be something so obvious, but I just didn't think of it that way.
I would say the main barrier that I've faced as a survivor was that I was diagnosed in the middle of college, dealing with taking a semester off and then trying to deal with incomplete classes and catching up, and then dealing with disability, having to come back and register with the disability office for my chemo brain issues, and I just really struggled coming back to class. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be getting back in the swing of things to finish my last 3 semesters of college.
And going to the hospitals, and everyone there is, I don't know, 30, 40, 50, 60 years older than I am. You just feel really out of place, and I guess you don't quite know who to turn to.
You know, part of me also knew that there was good treatment available, that people do survive from cancer. So it was really a mixed bag. Essentially, I was really lost and confused, and just overall, just a real downer. You know, it wasn't a good feeling whatsoever.
It's been a really tough barrier to kind of be employable and have people see that I'm past that and that I will be a great worker now. It's been kind of hard to convince people that in a 1-hour interview. So that's recently been my biggest barrier, just kind of trying to get my life started and get a career started after dealing with all of this.
The truth is, I might get cancer again. It might come back, and I'm prepared to fight it now, because now I know a lot more than what I did know.
I just have this really strong motivation to keep going, to still accomplish all these big things and do what I can while I can, and that's just been a big help. And I think a lot of people, when they meet me, would never guess that, because I don't want this cancer to define my life. It's certainly a huge part of it, and being a cancer survivor is a large part of who I am, but it's not all I am. And so I can still be, you know, a marathon runner, or a traveler, or an adventurer, or be, you know, really great at my job, and that's who I am too.
I would like to share with other survivors that they should just really reach out and find all the resources out there. I think that lots of different organizations are doing a great job at giving resources to young adults and adolescents, and I think, you know, in your 20s you're a little reluctant to ask for help, and I would just say ask for as much help as you need. People are willing to help you, and there are resources out there that can help you.
It's not all bad, you know, because it forces you to change your thinking. You know, you look at things completely different. I could drive in a car and I'll just look outside the window and I'd see the trees and they just look beautiful, and it's something you just never noticed before. So it makes you really appreciate your time that you have.
Well, for me, I'm an emotional person. So like I was saying in the beginning, when I first heard that I had cancer, it was a real downer, and you know, I really hit a rock bottom point. And I wasn't getting outside, you know, I wasn't, you know, engaging with people like I should, and I was just moping around the house, so to speak. And my only advice was just keep a positive attitude. Know that there's going to be a better health outcome for you, and you know, seek those necessary channels to get you that better health. You know, don't ever give up, don't stop, and you know, just keep a positive attitude going forward.
Talking about it is the best thing, because there are more people who you really can't connect with than you would think. And you know, I know I said you know, I feel alone sometimes, that there is no one else my age, but there are obviously you know, thousands and millions of young adult cancer survivors as well. And so just taking this step to go out there and find them in whatever way you can, and making things happen for you. Don't just sit back and think, well, there's nothing I can do and I'm alone. It's kind of take a stance and just try and make dialogue happen where you can, and it pays off.
I've learned to be patient, which I was never before. I've learned to be stronger. I've learned to be. I've always wanted to be really independent. That's always been what I've been so proud of. And to have to be dependent on somebody else, it kind of humbles you in a way. So I've learned so much from getting cancer. They just said, so are you happy to be done? Are you excited? And so that kind of brought on to the other part that I was thinking, okay, now I'm just going to go back to normal. Well, obviously not completely normal, but I thought, you know, now I'm going to start being better like this, because everybody was so excited. Now you're done. It wasn't ever. Now you have to remember that it's not going to come overnight, that you're going to be better. I kind of just shut myself off from what could potentially happen, because if I don't imagine it, it's not going to happen type thing. But now, you know, now I'm more realistic.